Okay, I'm here. Oh, and I still need water though. Because I ate something spicy and stuff. Oh, and you still need to turn on the fan. Hang on. So it's Jewish potato chicken salad from spicy. Oh, Wendy. I didn't know they had spicy salad. I didn't know that was a thing. That scares me. But yes, hi Cachito and hi Pudium. How are you guys doing? I'm currently looking. Well, first I need to share this on Twitter, and then I'm gonna go look at that the thing Karma wants to do. Do anime. What's a good GIF I can send? Oh, this one's this one's an interesting GIF. I always put GIFs. I don't know. It makes it so that my spicy beds. That's my hot take, pun not intended. So I go to life's been living. Cool. Life's been living here too. It's been a little rough. Can't deny that. The last week has just been, God, just so much stuff happened. And like some of it, the thing is, some of it was good, but it was still like, it was still troubling, you know? Like, so I've already mentioned many times, I should have the chance chat up. There it is. You ruined the MMMs. So like, if you guys don't know, like, I went to watch Chair do, you know, Omori and everything because I wanted them to play it, and you know, that's been fun and everything. But the results of that and everything else, doing the doujin, doing what to do, like, man, my true feelings on the entire week was just like, oh, this has to end, but I know it's not gonna end. This is like, what I didn't realize is how like doing that kind of shows a lot of things I've been like ignoring for like the past years, honestly, the past months and years. Signs to come. Yeah, it like, there were definitely signs. There were definitely like things that I should have noticed. Man, what a week Captain is. Well, I mean last week specifically. Last week. But it was still a week, and it was like a really huge week. It's just so many stuff happens, including the weekends. And I was just like, man, part of me wishes like, okay, things are gonna go back to normal. Things are gonna go back to normal. It's all gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. Okay. But it didn't. It didn't go any. I guess it hasn't gone like that far since it happened. But the thing is that it happened, and then deep inside, I know that it's not gonna go back to normal. This is gonna spiral into something else. It's good to be busy. I hope you feel better with today's stream. I do so too. I'm just gonna go do another doodle art, but maybe someday I'll be able to talk about it because I still don't feel like comfortable to be able to talk about it. But yeah, like, just a lot of things happened, and I can't see. Yeah, I don't think I can see the doujin Karma is asking. It doesn't show up. It might be exclusive to that site, which kind of sucks because that kind of screwed it over, you know? I think it's the same style. It looks like the same style. 16 pages. Between 14 and 18 pages. That did not help at all. Oh well, passed my math test. Ooh, nice. Math tests are just fucking so hard. I just don't like. I especially one of my hated ones about math is how the question will sometimes trick you with numbers that aren't even part of the equation, and it's like, did you pay attention to not use everything? And like it sometimes it works, but then that just comes to the problem of English, and that just a lot of people just don't know. Like a lot of people hate, and I probably guess you too. That what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? That word problems are annoying when it comes to math. They give you math and speed, but you don't really need it. Yeah, it's really annoying. That too. Well, I guess physics it's more like like English, and the fact that you have to understand like what it's trying to tell you and get the information, it's just so annoying. Just give me the numbers. Unless it's like I don't know. It's just very annoying, and I can't find this, so I'm gonna have to give up, sadly. Oh well. Anyway, what time do we have here? Oh god, it's 9 minutes already. Please don't bring me to war flashbacks at physics test. That's fair. Finished it last year, nice. Give me a sec. Alright, I think we're gonna start now. I'm gonna have to get stuff from Pixiv and just study those. Not that I don't want to do any like realistic ones, but like we did realistic ones before. You know, just do some like focused on anime stuff. So I'm gonna have to bring up some tutorials and stuff that probably aren't not safe for work. I confused the college with online college. Bodies tutorial. Now please do not ever Google and just Google how to draw anime body, because man, for some reason some of the terrible shit that shows, I mean some of them is actually helpful, but like usually it's not. I don't know why. It's just it's spread around so easily when it's like not supposed to be even good. It makes no sense. Oh Yasumi, oh Yasumi. I'm sorry, I just saw a post in Pixiv's number 21th drawing, and it's titled Oh Yasumi. Step 1, study real anatomy. You do have to, but it's also like, you really kind of don't exactly, how should I put this? Need so, I guess. I need to hang on, check something. Well, that's a problem if it's that high. Hang on. It's 12 minutes and I'm still setting things up. Shit. Give me a quick sec. It's just that I realized the model It's not connecting as well as it should. I've moved it around a little bit. What's Oyasumi, Cody? Isn't it good night? Or something like that? I have to be careful not to break this again. Please change the loading GIF. No. Wife is best. Wife has to stay there. I am sorry. I do not make the rules. I do not make the rules. That wife is always there. Okay, connect that. Purge the waifu. You must never purge the waifu. It's always bet on waifu. Okay. I think that's better. Yeah, that's a little better. It's not exactly the best. I'll figure out a proper setup later. The Prince and the Stony Cat. That girl? Oh boy. Okay, let's actually do some drawing time. Oh, the deadpan loli, right? She loses her emotions too. It's weird how much that was prevalent back in those days. Of just how like it doesn't happen now. And I need a pillow really quick. Like it doesn't happen now anymore, but it's weird how in the past, like everything, a lot of anime had that like character that was emotionless and stuff. Also, you might see that I have this new little pen here. Well, I guess I use it for sketching, but you can see that I have it there. And the reason I have it there is because there we go. Not that. So in Clip, I checked the store again, and sometimes they did this thing where you can log in to get bonus points or whatever, these Clippy points or whatever they call them. And I had a few of them, and it was like, why not? Yeah, why don't I just go buy something out of the blue? And I realized I still have the music playing. Let's change to something else. But anyway, they had this, someone had this pen up for like 10 points. I was like, yeah, it looks pretty nice. I was wondering to try out a new pen. I'll go get it. And I got him. I got it. I did it. I bought something. With not my money, but just with points, but hey, that counts for something. Bum, 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 ba, da, da. Let's see here. There should be. I should have a lot more head tutorials as well, but I guess I don't have them. I need to get some more. Move. So anyway, the tutorial page, if you guys like, has been updated, now including, because I kind of lied. I know in the need to know I've said that like any post in need to know will be updated for the Google Drive, but I kind of lied about that because I always meant to do that. Like I always meant to do that, but it's a hassle to download it and then download it back into that file for every single one whenever someone posts something or whenever I post something. But then now I got an extension to where I can just right click an image and immediately send to Google Drive. So one day when I'm in Google Drive, I can just drag them to iResources and sort them out. So now for real, everything in that channel will now go to the Google Drive no matter what. So you should see some new things. Some of it right now is not organized yet. So you might see just random stuff like in the front that still need to go to places. I don't think you can move it around. I'll have to be the one to do that, but definitely I can go ahead and do that. But anyway, yeah, it's been a wild week. And it definitely does not feel like it's going to stop anytime soon. I think tomorrow I'm just going to have a day where, like, I will still stream probably because I still want this art journey to be a thing. But I definitely won't, what's it called? I won't, like, hang out with anyone or anything. It'll just be me on my own, probably. The worst part is that I want to do stuff, like, together with people, you know? I want to do stuff, but but because of the last week, I've been so burnt out that it's like, I don't want to talk to anyone else anymore. At least for a good while. I was thinking about the Minecraft server thing. I was like, how do I make it work? How do I keep thinking, like, maybe should I stream it? Should I not stream it? Like Duck Game, and have this be like just a common thing. You can just join in and stuff. Maybe it could be, or just it could be just a hangout where we do it. But I need to hang out with. Every time I think of it like doing something at night, I was like, but what about this person? And I was just like, I feel like I'm being. It's great that I've played Omori because now I can kind of identify that feeling now, that the little guilt that hangs. It's like that's that feeling that if I do this, that feeling becomes a little stronger, and it's like that doesn't feel like a good idea. And then gotta remember, like, wait, that's not a good feeling to feel about. I need to change that. At least the good news about like having things happen is that things happen. And and I can see like, okay, now I can see that this and this is happening. How do I fix it now? Because I've ignored it for so long, or at least I didn't see it. It's not that, I guess it's not that I ignored it. It's just that I never saw it. You know. Face needs to be wider. I still can't do the anime face perfect. I did do a head once, right? I did do like heads and faces and stuff. I might have to go back on that one just to see if I can keep practicing it. No, mind you, this is a secret to everyone but them and me, so they already know this. Uh-oh. Oh, an arc dealing with a loss. No, that too. That sucks so much, so... Maybe? I don't know. I'll have to see. It also depends on, like, how many people are gonna play. Just, like... And talk to. I could invite some people from other servers, but it's not certain, you know? Oh, music's a bit quiet. Let me put that up. Tell me if like the audio's too quiet or anything, and I can just increase the volume and stuff. A little too late on, a little too early on that. Na 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 na. Sing time, god damn it. I know it's weird, but like that's kind of like how I keep motivated and stuff. That's why I always wondered if I should like stream and stuff, like when doing art, because because normally I always like just try to hum to the music and stuff, no matter how stupid it is. But I decided, hey, I'm gonna stream. If no one wants to watch, that's their problem. I need it to motivate myself, so it's cute. Keep doing it. Now I'm not gonna do it. Alright, let's identify this pose right here. Or not this pose, but this arc angle. So I'm gonna put a layer beneath and have some like red color here. That is not red, that's purple, or violet, or rose, or blood. I don't know. Let's see. Circle of the body is like... Yeah, the weird thing is, like, okay, the body is actually pointing this way. From what I can see from the reference art, the body is like this, and it's pointing that way. This shoulder is here, so I got this wrong. And this shoulder is a little bit closer, like around here, and that shows like the tilt. See how like this points up, but it tilts back to the head, looking like that? So it's a Cody moment. I don't know how I feel about it being a Cody moment. But anyway, that's what just is going on. Just stuff going crazy, things not going as planned. Well, I guess not things going, but things are now showing up that they haven't been in years. I want to draw some You Can Eat the Girl. Oh, the thing you shared. Go for it. It would be very cute fan art for the person. I know that, like... I wonder if Japan knows, like, intentions like we know their intentions. There's always that language barrier. The thing that I'm always curious about Japan and, you know, the close relationship with artists and anime and stuff is always, like, what do they feel about stuff, you know? What do they feel as, I hate to say the term, but, like, a little bit of elitist, you know? I don't think they believe that, but it's more of just, like, that's a lifestyle, not exactly a belief. They were built for perfectionists rather than, or not perfectionists, but just, like, you know, really skilled, and they're also in a place where the economy is not that. So, it's definitely troubling. Or something like that. I guess maybe this is old news and it's, like, been done before. Maybe someone's already trying to change it and everything. But it's definitely weird. I just always wanted to know, because, like, I don't think in the internet before there was really a time of that where people both can, like, just communicate and be like, oh, this thing just dropped. What do you think about it? You know? Like, I wonder what Japan thinks. If Japan thinks negatively, as well as the rest of the world thinks about Smash's, like, toxic competitive and just community in general. How every character they just absolutely hate for no reason. The Nintendo Direct just be, I don't know. I just always wonder if they either feel the same way or, for some people, or at least understand with the rest of the world that that's stupid. Please stop doing that. I actually am more interested in the latter. If maybe they are just as upset as we are. And just as toxic. But, you know, again, different lifestyle, probably not, you know? Let's see here. Oh, that's a cute badge. I'm gonna send it to Paul. So currently as well, I'm also trying to do the Dojin. I posted on the server a work in progress so far. So hopefully that will be coming soon. Like, it's almost done. Just gotta draw more lewd poses and then we are good. The big problem also about, like, wanting to do server events is, again, no one has the time. Like, it's really only on weekdays, and I can only very few do things on weekdays. Now, I really don't know if this person is watching or not. But I'm starting to realize one thing in particular. Like, so I thought about it and I was like, okay, hang on. I need to really consider the fact if what we're having so far is a bit, I guess you can say, toxic or something. Maybe, like, we've been best friends and everything, yeah, but, like, what if something is wrong here? So I thought about it and I started to see that, like, okay, the only reason this problem started happening was when I was trying to hang out with other people. Could that be a potential problem? So I'm gonna have to try to find out and find some see if that's actually true. Because again, it's just a thought of that could be a potential problem, but we'll see. Let's put this in the bin. That is... Why did I copy it? She has big head, though. Why do I always do that? I always think the anime girls always have a big head out of nowhere. I don't get it. Also, she doesn't have an ass. That's supposed to have, like, an ass. Or, like, the leg's supposed to be down here. Oh, well. But it's always a potential. And I'm afraid about it, too, because it's like... Well, crap. What do I do afterwards? You know? It's definitely a mess, but that's the week that has happened. That was the last week that I had to deal with. Just the whole questions and everything and all that kind of stuff. All of this has been like just the more unfiltered mass that I've been thinking and holding in for a while. That's why I also titled it like Black Space, because it's like it literally filtering everything I had for the last week. It's not the truth, but it's definitely unfiltered thoughts that have been on my mind for a while. This is a big drawing. I'm only going to copy it so I don't take so much data. Shit. That's not what I wanted. Whoa! What the hell just happened? Those definitely sounded like bots. Aya saved the day again. Yet again. Wait, what's the answer Powerpuff Girls say? And once again, the day is saved by Aya. Aya Imoto. So I asked Chair actually if whether or not whether or not like some of the facts Aya gives out are like intentionally meant to be wrong, because you remember multiple times me going like, hey, that's not right, actually that's wrong, the Chair put that on purpose, and apparently he just was too lazy to go back and change it. It seems like Chair just told me they're just like, yeah, I just haven't been able to replace them, and it's like, well, that answers that question. You can believe me, Chair talked in that that small tone. So yeah, Chair has like the thing about Todd Rogers, like that one was at a time he made that at the time where people always regarded it as true, until it turned out to be false, and then he just never went back to change that. So Aya intentionally gives out bad information because she's forever stuck being a little girl. Oh no, Deba became a bot, and I can say you're gay first. You guys are gonna accidentally get banned, and I'm not gonna unban you. Cody, I said you were gay first, so I won this time. You were busy. You said that, and that meant I had time to call you out. So Deba gay, remember that? Haha. I worked a little bit on the Dojin though, Deba. I made another page of a lewd finger scene. So, no, that was one thing. That was one thing done today, aside from also streaming. But yeah, it's been hard. Just thinking of the fact that what if there is a potential like bad thing here, and that I have to make the decision to try to explain to them that what we have is getting a little bit dangerous. I need to move away. Not like leave them, but more of like, you need to accept that I need to be with other people as well, not just you, at certain times, that was even the case back in middle school or high school, I remember, because like this person I always hung out with, like I nicknamed him JD, I always like talked to him, but I remember a few days where I was just like, hey, like we talk all the time, but like I think I ran out of stuff to say. I just want to be alone for a while, and like we both agreed, and we stopped talking for a little bit, and then when we came back, we had a lot more to talk about. I think it's that sort of thing. It's not such as like I'm tired of you, but it's more of just like I need to interact with other human beings. Can we go and just hang out with other people? It's definitely scary, but hey, that's what Amori taught me. It is very scary, but it is the truth, and things needs to be done. The truth must come out, no matter what. Kurei has a yandere, but you should make the choice that suits you best. It's not that like she is a yandere, it's just that she, like, good friends, but she's too, like, attached. And it's hard to, like, leave that grasp. Sometimes. Like, I can leave it. Like, it's not like they don't let me, but she's like, it's like, oh, if you do, I'll have nothing to do and I'll be all alone and scared and everything. It's like, oh, you're making it really hard. I need to hang out with these people. I can't be with you all the time. So it's definitely, I guess, kind of yandere if you want to, like, stereotype it that way, but it's definitely just more human. It's definitely just, like, a mental issue. Oh well. I won't say who, but I'll definitely hint here and there. Well, no, not hinting that way. I'm just referring to, I'm not gonna name drop. But that's just the stuff that's been going on. Again, crazy week. I need to talk about it. It's Black Space, Unfiltered Masses. Actually, since it's Black Space, why don't we... So, Black Space, interesting area, considering how the song, I don't know if people realize, someone mentioned it in the comments, how the Black Space music it's a different instrument, but it's exactly the same notes as White Space. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. You see that, like, you can hum it out and then you'll realize, yeah, it's the same notes. Guilt Trip is not cold, okay, people. It's definitely hard. That's why I say, because I never had this happen before. So it's definitely hard to be like, oh, great. Now I'm going through it. I need to figure something out. I'll be fine, though. I'll figure something out. Bum, 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 bum. This is the Unfiltered Masses of Black Space. I'm so glad it became very Yume Nikki in the middle of it. It's so cool. Yume Nikki as a storytelling device is perfect, okay? Like, I know it's very cryptid and all that kind of stuff, but having a place, like, okay, I compared it to Magicant and stuff where it shows, actually no, I guess you can say it's the opposite of Magicant from Earthbound, because it's, Magicant is like very, the way they're doing this is not gonna work, please stop, something like that, yeah. The thing is, okay, sorry, I'm gonna go back to that, but first I want to talk about Magicant for a second and like dream worlds and games. The Magicant in Earthbound is very like about the kid's childhood and how, like, going through, like, you have the good space, the good area, and then you go into the deeper subconscious, which holds the evil. Yume Nikki, you have just doors that lead to different worlds that represent different things, and hidden there are objects of interest that, are very metaphorical. But I guess you can say they hide stuff. Magicant doesn't hide anything, because I guess, because Ness is a very brave, like, kid from the games, He's shown to be very brave and courageous. So he really doesn't have much to hide. It's just he has to go deep in his mind to fight evil that has been planted in there. But Black Space is still in the head. It's more like a cover-up, Black Space is the cover-up. Or no, Headspace is the cover-up. Like, you have all these fantastic dreams with characters and worlds and stuff, but that's only to try to push back the Black Space as a concept, It's like, take the world of Yuminiki, take Matasuki, but then fill it instead with an entire cute RPG adventure that's trying to push those doors away. That would be really cool, honestly. Wait, no, that does exist. It's Omori. I was like, man, someone should make a Yume game where it's an RPG where you fight cool enemies and monsters, but then there's secretly these doors that leads you slowly into this dark area where, you know, true Yume begins. And I'm like, wait, that's just Omori. That black space area was a drug trip. Oh man, I would say it's even more unfiltered than Yume Nikki. Well, while Yume Nikki has a lot of symbolism with its worlds, I would say that like Black Space is unfiltered. Like it's either very direct or very symbolic. It's either one or the other, you know. How do I do? Oh wait, the eye is kind of weird. It's very unfiltered. Nothing there has reason. It's all insane, and it's all just meant to be the other chaos of a mind. Yume Nikki, symbolic. Black Space, fucked up. I could say that like Black Space is more of like if a brain was a computer and they displayed it on like code, that's how it looked. That's how it looked like. Flashing lights, random textures, just things broken, spread it around. God. I wish I can do that. I wish I can just go into like my own subconscious, like just unfiltered mess and just see what it is. It would be probably very terrifying, but like it just always questions me, like what is my head hiding that I cannot remember for the past years, or something I can learn about myself in dreams, stuff like that. I definitely okay, here's a question. Do you consider actions you took on your dreams to be like how you react if that happened? Like think about it. Because here's the thing, okay, if I imagine a random group of friends going to this elevator to the secret lab and trying to sneak in, like in my dream, all I did was just stay back and stayed at the elevator waiting for them until a guard spot me and I quickly went up the elevator again. And I kind of feel like that's me trying to, like, if something like utterly scares me that I know I shouldn't do, I'll just like stick back until someone catches me and just book it. But then there's areas that it's like, why would I even be there? Like in the moon? I wonder, you know how there's an effect people call when like a person goes to the moon and sees the earth and they like get this feeling of like how small they are or something? I wonder if that works like in a dream. I wonder if that's possible. Probably not, but it's interesting to think about. I dream about browsing Twitter and then I get a dream, and then I dream I get banned for some reason, start to cry, then wake up. That's an interesting dream. Would you cry if I banned you right now? And I banned you, and then you never talked again. So you never talked to me again. Hi Deba, how are you? I got some more. I got the page, and I got another page on the Dojin done. I'll be finished with it eventually. I don't have a deadline or anything. It's just eventually gonna get done this year. Bam 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 bam. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na na. You know, something that's really odd, like the one that my current consciousness was transported to, like the second grade, and I didn't like it a single bit to return to that past. I think if you try to train yourself to think of weird things or like think weird experiences, I think you would eventually dream of something. I still have this dream journal on me, an app that I download on my phone. I don't know how else to continue because I haven't had. Well, no, I had an interesting dream, but I didn't write it down or something because I think it was just too much. You see, even the weirder thing is that I keep thinking, like, when I think of a best friend in the dream, I think it was like my old friend JD or my new or the new friend that I known for like 4 years, Paul. And it's like, is it one or the other? I couldn't tell. I think they're just mixing with me. It's kind of odd too, like thinking about like friends leaving you because he was the one that had to move to Colorado or something. Or not Colorado. What was it? I don't know where he had to move. Maybe Colorado. Something Colorado. I don't know. Colorado has something to do with it. And it was just like, you know, it was kind of weird but like we even though we talked a lot, it's not like we were super best friends that we had to stick together no matter what. It was just sort of like oh hey, you're in school. Oh hey, I am too. Let's just talk for something because we don't have anything better to do. Eventually became the point though that I couldn't talk to him anymore because we were in separate classes afterwards and we never saw each other much again. And I think that just kind of shows how, because that was the thing back then. Now I'm realizing, like, usually if you had friends that were in other classes, you would try to find a place to meet up at, like, either in break time or while transferring classes to run into, or just meet up if they're, you know, meet up in lunch or something. But like for me, no. Anytime like a person I met that I talked to a lot went to another class or something, or I couldn't get back to that class, I wouldn't talk to them anymore. I remember there was someone in high school that I talked to a lot that I got to know that liked band and everything. But after I was kicked off the program, I've never talked to him afterwards. Feeling sadness from moving away. It's like that one. Oh, that was before. It's just that one thing where it's like I'm kind of used to it and I don't really mind. But then again, it wasn't a traumatic experience, so I can see why it's not harmful. Because there is a difference. You could have a similar experience, like someone losing a friend would be like, oh, that's a no-brainer. That happens all the time. But for someone else, it could be like, oh god, everything is dying. What can I do, you know? Alright, next pose. I also got a shading tutorial here that I should probably try next. Is this Fizzentine? Oh, this is Fizz's coloring. So I get to try to shade like him and see how it goes. Okay, let's go back to the good music. Na 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 na. Bum bum bum. Let's get one more busty girl, and then I'll try to shade that if I can find one. My childhood wasn't not great, but it shaped me to the way I am now, and now to embrace the madness and craziness because it's more fun than whatever I did in the past now. That's fair. That is a good stance. The big thing about like the past and everything is how like a lot of people kind of take that to too hard. But then again, like there are definitely some people that like just can't take it, you know, that like they have to accept because that's how they've grown up with. Like some it's some lifestyle. It's no longer just like a thing they did in the past. It's like the lifestyle they did. kind of like the lifestyle of eating, like of sloshing everything together into one food pile and then eating it because like someone just couldn't, like, had to eat everything that didn't taste anything, and to give it taste they just had to slosh everything together, you know? It may not look good for anyone else, but it's how they lived before and they're used to it. Crust is kind of back? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, give me a sec. I turned off the mic. Okay, it should be fine now. I can see the waveforms. Pudium, what do you say? Is it back? I can't tell. When you started talking a few seconds ago, it did. Wait, so is it still doing it? Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna replug and unplug. Okay. I might have blown the evils with that one. How's that? The waveform says it's fine now. Seems fine. I don't know why it keeps causing that. That's a huge deal. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why that has happening after I moved everything, but whatever. I'll see if I can try to find a solution for it or something. Don't tell Sylvie, but I played a game with her OST in it. Did you play one of her games or just Super Lechop? Sylvie's probably asleep right now. But you shouldn't talk shit about people. That's definitely not an image you want to have. I guess maybe it's not talking shit. Anyway, I have been having a great time with Sylvie. It's weird to see their view as like someone who's been around like in the music community and for video games and such, who's experienced. Because again, I'm not that much experienced with the internet. I'm very new to stuff, so like it's so weird when people talk about like, oh man, I remember when like when we were like in middle school and we had to drive out to do this competitive shit on Melee and stuff, and it's like I don't know what you're talking about because I never did anything like that. I had a now like in my high school we had like a gaming club, but all they would play is Smash. No one would play anything else, and I just got tired of it and I just left. Plus, I guess plus the other thing was that it was, one, you needed to go to tutoring, and two, it was very late. And at the time, I just did not give a shit about that anyway, so I just went home and played my own games. Oh, I didn't put back drawing time. There we go. I drew the head. They credit us something in the description. Then check the credits to see if her, you know, if she's credited. Otherwise, they stole her music, and she probably should be told about it. Yeah, I'll still give you okay. 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 I imagine having real life game friends that don't play FIFA. Yeah, it is definitely challenging because, of course, real life is more of the casual crowd than really deep in, and then you have to find inner friends and all that. But yeah. Oh, whatever. It just happens, you know. It just goes to show how things happen. That these things, you know, just just do. That's just faith or something metaphorical like that. I don't know. The weird thing about all this is how, despite that, I am like kind of welcomed into that circle. You know. It's like, oh, you do pretty good art, you can come in, we can hang out and stuff, and it's like, I have no idea how this feels like, and like, it's so weird just being able to see the conversations of Chair and other people that he've like visited and flew to, and it's like, I don't have the money to do that. Why do you have the money to do that? I wish I can have the money to do that and just travel around with friends and everything. I still don't have a driver's license. Yeah. Everything's delayed. I tried to see if I can apply for more job stuff. I don't think I'll get an email back. I think you're supposed to get an email back. Otherwise, that would be sucky. But I'll have to keep checking back and forth and stuff. And by the time I do get something, it's like, hooray! You got literally the worst thing possible. Have fun now that you can't draw and have to do this painful work for like 17 hours. Okay, first you have to consider the fact that if I have fans. And also it depends on whether or not I'm willing to spend money that I don't have, which is definitely an interesting conundrum. Listen, I would love to visit and travel and stuff, but I need to have the money to do it, and I don't have the money right now. IRL online meeting. What did I paint? Why did I draw like she's wearing a jacket? She's gonna be nude. Well, as nude as I'd allow it. The hard thing about like the one thing that the last obstacle that comes to traveling and stuff is how it would be my first time completely alone in an area, unless like somehow convinced to bring my entire family and just sit in the parking lot while I go hang out in someone's house for like 24 hours. But it's definitely something that's like, hey, that's definitely weird. Like, okay, consider this. The travel to me and going to someone like Chair is driving wise 7 hours away. Now, yeah, driving from me to him 7 hours. For me to like go by flight would take 2 hours, but would cost $100. So yeah, what's the point there? And also, the one thing that's also making me want to visit Chair is because he said he had like, I think we were talking about monitors and how it would be nice if I had another monitor. He's like, I have like a couple of monitors, just come and I'll get you one. And it's like, that's very tempting, but I would be paying a flight $100 and I can just buy another screen with $100 anyway. It would be a good excuse to visit him. I get a free another computer screen in the process, but also that's a long drive. And also it wouldn't become the question that if I probably did flew over there, just like, 2 hours away by flight, I'll need somewhere to live, and there's no question I'll rest in, and there's no question that probably Chair would invite me to sleep in his room, and I'm just like, I never slept in any other room other than my own, so this is very weird. Actually, no, that lied. I technically was in some other person's apartment for a while, but that was also when like I was forced into a job out of nowhere by a parent, and then like I had a nervous breakdown when that happened. So that's not gonna bring up pleasant memories. Sleep in the car. That's assuming if I even take a car. Also, hi Renz. Do you want a voice chat or something? Or did you just wake up? I'm assuming you just woke up. Give me water. Na 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 na. Too much water. Nah, I didn't go back to sleep. Oh shoot. Go back to sleep then. You need rest. Don't push yourself too hard. Yeah, I want to check something. Yeah, I need to stretch for a second. Give me a bit. Okay. Hopefully static isn't... Feels like static is building on the mic. Or maybe I'm just going crazy. What are you guys sending on the... Oh god. Why do you curse my chat like this so often? Okay, let's have this cleaned up. Let's do some better line art on here. You know this is a sketch. That one is poggers. Wait, I did say head and shoulders, right? Bodies and skin shading. I guess heads count. It's a G pen. Don't want that. I need to probably should. I think I've been ignoring like Ring Fit Adventure for a while. Actually, I should probably get back into it. I mean, by a while, I mean like I think 2 days now. I mean, I'll probably do another one. You know, I could probably just do one today after stream, actually. While watching like Phineas and Ferb or something. I don't know. That was the first thing that came into mind. Do a stream of it. I don't have a stream catcher for the Switch, so it's impossible. Unless I want to do what Chair did, and and just stream this. Just have a webcam record the phone or record the Nintendo Switch screen. No, that's a terrible idea. God damn it! Why? Why do you feed me this way? Anyway, I should probably go back and do that some more. And I really wanna do another episode with, or not another episode. I can't call it an episode even though it's Switch. I want to do another stream with Chair again. Also, let me see if we can find another song. It's been like a lot with this one. Let's see. Let's choose. What's the snow area? I'm trying to find the snow area. Oh, maybe it's not here yet. Oh, definitely, yeah, it definitely isn't here. Sure. Actually, wait, no. Let's do this one. How was Dropout coding? I think I missed it yesterday doing homework. Oh, wait, you're meaning... Oh, are you referring to the drop pile with lame dimension? Or another drop pile that I don't know about? Because the drop pile went well. I think I even retweeted it. And yeah, I retweeted it. Someone, I think Danny posted it, and I retweeted it. And it was pretty fun. And afterwards, we did the Toho A Live, which I finished Mailing's little campaign thing. Why does Chair really like short game? Oh, I realized why. I was thinking like, man, this RPG was really short. I wonder why. And then I realized, oh, Chair is like a speedrunner. It makes total sense that he likes short games that he can run always or something like that. I don't know. That's a very joke-soundy answer, but I'll probably like maybe ask him soon. Because even Rhapsody was pretty short by the list of things. Well, because for Rhapsody it took me like what, maybe 3 days or maybe 4. Like my hours on that were very low. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Let me actually open the game up and see right now. I don't have the controller plugged in. Never mind. How does Chair like Luna Nights? I could ask him right now. Just DM him. Oh my god. God damn it. Renzi sent a picture of him watching both me and Gura. So apparently I'm as tolerable and watchable as Gura is. Gora. La, 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 he would love it too. You have to convince him to play it though. And you see, here's the problem with having Chair want to play games, because the more he plays games, the more he doesn't have to work on like Hazuki or something or whatever he does late at night. Probably lusting, which is not a good thing. Well, maybe it's a good thing for him, but you know. Yeah, I mean, like for me, for the longest while, I would just wanted to do projects and hang out with people at night. Just because, like, that's where people are more, you know, outfitted towards and stuff. And it's like, I want to hang out. And it's like, oh, I have a job tomorrow and stuff. And it's like, I have school tomorrow. I can't be up late. And it's like, fucking goddamn it. You know? I mean, some are excusable. People like Ark cannot be up at light. That's why we can't do Zelda every day with him. Because he just sometimes he has like work the next morning and can't stay up that late enough. Or like can't. It's not even like not even home. And when he is home, I don't think he even spend 3 hours like doing this stream just so, and then tomorrow being able to work. At least I think that's how it was. Is Chair sleeping? Probably. We have the same time zones though. No, actually, he's probably at work. Because we have the same time zones, we're just in different states. So we're close on the world scale, but very far if you're talking like city-wise. It's so lucky to find someone like him that's actually really close by. Because I know people from other continents, I know people from other countries, I know people from like across the world. But Chair, he's just like kind of like in the neighborhood. It just takes 7 hours to drive there. But it's possible. I don't want to do it, but it's possible. There has to be a cheaper flight somehow. Yeah, that's how it is by car. If it's only 2 hours by plane, but then I'd have to like I think I saw it was like $100 to fly there. I could probably make it cheaper if I find the right price, but that's just an example. Now I have to think about it. Me leaving a large group of violence, aka an archipelago. I mean, yeah, Renzi, fair enough. But also, like, I wanna meet you. It would be fun. We could play games, play hentai games together. Actually, that's a bad idea. Maybe not. It'd be great. Have a good time together. but we're so far away. You can't high-five each other. Hey, living is a cool place. I live in the most cursed country in the world. That's fair. Well, it's also kind of surprising about this song that I'm reminded of. If you played Omori, you know the high five you're given the option to do, and you could not do it for an achievement. But I remember the first day when it offers you a high five, I remember saying no, and I know a lot of people also said no because they were so distraught with how that, like, the scene before it played out. They were so, like, even like I was distraught, they were distraught, and like it was just so. It was so destructive, and it was just like, oh god, everything's messed up, that I didn't high-five him just because I felt it, you know? And I got an achievement for it, and I was like, oh, I guess, was I supposed to do that or something? But every other day I did high-five him because it felt a lot better. Like, you know, as you know, afterwards. How people not high-five? Because the first day is so mentally destroying. If you're going in blind... Here's the thing. If you're going in blind, like... Oh, I think Renzi's probably leaving now, or at least muting us because we're doing Omori spoilers. Or a little bit spoilers, anyway. Here's the thing, Kachio and Putium. Like, the first day is so distraught playing it blind, because you don't expect how things turn out. And he's all optimistic and everything. I was just so like, dude... that is not worth a high five. Like, yeah, we completed the mission and we can, you know, give this back to Basil and everything. But it's like, oh, hi Renzi, did you hear? But I still didn't give him the high five because it's like, I'm too emotionally distraught seeing that I can't high five you. Also, Renzi, did you not want to hear that? Whoops. Did we ruin something? Renzi? Is Renzi gone? Renzi's gone. Rip. Viewers -1. Well, no, so for some people everything is a spoiler, you know? For some people everything is a spoiler. Like, I am that same way. Everything was a spoiler, and that's why I got, like, Omori as soon as I could when I think it was on sale when it happened, when I got it. Because it was just like, I really need to play this game. I don't need to see any spoilers or anything. I need to. So I really didn't know about anything about the game. I didn't even see, like, the images that Steam gives you for the game. I was just that, like, I don't need spoilers. I don't want to see any spoilers. I'm gonna go through this game completely blind. So everything that the game gave me was a total surprise. And he made me play it and he gave me depression. Good, that was the point of the game. You did it. You won, you got depression. You know that Animal Crossing picture? When you earn emotes and it's like, you earned the emotion, depressed. Oh. I think in Happy Home Academy they don't have descriptions, but in New Horizons they do. So it's like, you got sadness. Oh. Hi Renzi, did you leave because we were talking about Omori? Is that why you left? Putium, Kachito, can you get a copy of Omori to Renzi? Like, commission me, and you can give him Omori as the thing, because, like, I really want Renzi to play it without spoilers. So, like, and Renzi is saving up for a Switch. It's $20 right now. It's been on sale before, so it might not go to sale until, like, summer. So... Yeah, can just someone give me like $20 so I can give the game to Renzi? To be fair, I tried to commission you, Cody. Oh, did I not do something? A $20 is too much here, sorry, dang. Oh well. Like again, let's see, I wouldn't mind, but I need to have something cover it. I'm that kind of person that's like, if I'm gonna spend money, I need to find a way to cover it back. Otherwise, it's a net loss, and I don't want to waste any more money unless I can make it back. If Omori has some like lag on PC because my laptop CPU is totally crap, I might as well get it for the Switch. But like you could have played. Well, Duck Game was like, I guess it was the fire. Well, okay, hang on, Renzi. Hang on, let me think. You can play. You've played Terraria, right? You've played Terraria and stuff. I think Omori would work pretty fair. I think it doesn't use very like big effects usually. Hey, I have bad memory. Anyway, point is that you could probably do it. It probably would run well, or maybe not well, but it would run. And when is the Switch coming? Wait, when is the Switch version coming? Because then at that point it's like Renzi will buy a Switch and it has to buy the game, which is probably 26 gigs. It's around 20, yeah, it is pretty heavy. It's a pretty big of a game. It's 20. I remember checking. It's 20 gigabytes, yeah. Check Steam locale files. It's 20. Okay, maybe you should wait for the Switch then. For the Switch. When is the Switch version coming out? And also, I've been delaying this for so long. Jesus Christ. It's 2 gigabytes? Hang on, let me see. Maybe I read that wrong. Hang on. I might have done the bad. Where is the game? There it is. Oh, it's so cool having Omori and One Shot in the same place. Locale files. Oh yeah, 2 gigabytes. I thought it was 20. I thought it was. I don't know why I thought it was 20. I don't know why I thought. Alright. I need to get started on the shading. Oh my god. That took way too long. Okay, shading. Fizz tutorial. Go. Turn lines, line up a space. Line weight, you always define your, also take your time. So yeah, line weight. I am not the best at it, but I can color this. Listen, I'm sorry. I was thinking. Let's see. I was thinking. Me and Sylvie were thinking about like getting Titanfall 2, and we were also talking about Omori. So we went to check file size. I guess because Titanfall 2 was a lot bigger, I just assumed. I just started saying, "Oh yeah, Omori's like 20 gigabytes." That would be impressive. Why is it not working the way I want to? I did avoid everything else. Also, ow. I think I scratched something. La, la, Okay, so Renzi, do you want to wait? Okay, let me ask and get an answer for this question. When is Omori coming out for the Switch version? Why am I using this brush? Use this brush, it's faster. Mine doesn't have a release date for the Switch, but it's coming. Ooh. I hope it goes well. You know how it happened to Hat in Time being like, I guess it was never planned to, and just people kept annoying them to do it. La la la. Same for Genshin. Alright, let's do some softies and then we'll get to Heart Shades. I've been reconsidering playing Omori over again for the first time I finished the game. I want to play it again immediately after. Ah, Pudium, guess what? Guess what I rave on all the time that you just brought up and now gonna suffer with me calling about it. So, my favorite games of all times were games that I had to replay immediately, and they were usually only 3 of them. It was only Mother 3, which is a really long RPG, Deltarune, which I played the night of Halloween, so it was very special to me, and it was also really short, and One Shot that I immediately had to play again. Yeah. Yeah, just play both if you're playing with someone else. Like, consider Genshin like multiplayer Breath of the Wild. Anyway, I can safely say that while I guess I didn't exactly play Omori immediately again, I think it's more safe to say that I, like, immediately want to play. Yeah. Oh, hi, player. I guess it's just more of, like, I guess that's not like the entire thing I wish for a game. Like sometimes games that it's just that I don't immediately play again. Like Skyward Sword, I never immediately play again, but I played it so many times afterwards and I liked it a lot. So. Art indeed. Cody, I'm not ready to entertain the fact that Omori might be close to the top one of my best games of all time. Say it. Claim it. To be fair, another game could even top Omori someday, you know? You never know. But for now, it really is like the best for me right now. And now second. And you know what? No, I'm not even going to say second. I'm just going to say both Omori and One Shot are my favorite games of all times. Just because, you know, they both have issues, of course, but, like, they still had something very special. Went to the mall yesterday, went to buy a Toy Story to check on Switch. It made me super excited. Also, DualSense is there, but the PS5 is absent. Gee, I wonder why. We talked about this before, I remember. Talking about, like, what games you should get and everything. Holding a Golden Fist Terraria's #1. You know, that's fair. I can't say anything wrong to your favorite game. It's whatever you want it to be. Yeah, I checked, Cody. I wanted you to draw some Lunar Invader trio. Oh, those girls. Okay, do you mind if I can get them done soon then? That's a trio though. That might take a while. You know what, Renz? You know what? I thought of something. Why don't we? I guess maybe it's not the best idea. But I was thinking like, hey, why don't we just use Parsec and have your controller connect so you can play Omori that way? But no, that's dumb. I did do that once though. So for a long time ago, back around, oh god, years ago. I think this was. Oh man, this was like before the server was established, before Karma, Ark, Renz, all those people. I used to have this friend that I would call, I think, Don. And we would play Minecraft together a lot in this one server. And what happened is that one day she always wondered what Undertale, like when to play Undertale, because she didn't know anything about it, but she was also afraid of playing it and like buying it and everything. She didn't like it. So what we did was we did a VC and screen share, and what I did was I played the game and she was able to just watch the game go forth, and it was a really interesting time to just have her experience brand new like what this game is, you know. It was very interesting to do that. Teach about Steam refunds. Can you share your account on Steam? There's a whole option for share games. I mean, oh no, I do that all the time. Yeah, I do that with my siblings a lot. Don't worry, Renzi. I'll have you play Omori somehow. The thing is, the problem is that if I play a game, he gets interrupted, because I don't think we can play the same game at the same time, or even different games, I think. Can we? Yeah. La, la, la. Why is this shade so much lighter? Oh, that's probably why. I should have probably had a cleavage there. Yeah, we can't play games at the same time, which kind of ruins the point a little bit, because then, like, I need to play some stuff, and then, you know... Plus, I also am playing through another run of Omori for a reason, so that would interrupt it even more. Kind of embarrassed of my Steam library. Dude, mine is empty just as well for, like, the longest time. I remember the only game I had on Steam was, like, Terraria, back when, like, I saw Terraria and wanted to play it. Like, it was only Terraria. And then slowly I just kept building more and more games like over the years. So don't be afraid too much about it. You definitely have some... It happens, you know? It happens. You'll build up your library soon and everything. The sucking thing that's gonna happen is that Omori's gonna go on sale. It's gonna be like $10, and then like we're gonna like be like, oh, great, we already paid $20 on it. Now we can't refund it and get a better deal on it. What's more music we can put on here? Hang on. That's a private video. Why is that a private video? I'll put this song up really quick, but there's a song in here that's private, and I do not like that it's private. Now I have to go find out what that video is, and that video is... Oh, Patrick riding on a seahorse in that one SpongeBob Dream episode. Okay, hang on, let me find it again. Patrick riding on a seahorse for like 10 hours. I hate it so much that things just go private and stuff, because then I have to go back in, and it's, you know, the worst part when that happens is when it's liked videos, because you can't organize liked videos, so it's only in playlists I can organize them. And if it's a video that's like so far down and it was deleted, then you can't put it back in the spot in like proper timeline, you know. I found a little more fanfic. Please, no. Please. Actually, you know what? No. Hang on. Stop what you're doing right here. There's only one Omori fanfic that I accept. There's only one that I accept. Hang on. Let me pull it up right here. Here it is. This is the only one I accept because it's made by Night Margin, the artist for One Shot. It's just Omori and Matasuki being together. Here's like the cover art. Though I think, what year was this made? This was made in 2014. So like the story of Omori did not come out yet, like at all, I think. So like you can see, this is Omori's like kind of, I guess it's Night Margin style, but Omori back in the old art style was way different than the one we have now. And actually, you know what? I know that. Actually, I know that the style is different because of the game being released. Because that's okay. This is 2004. This is when the game was released. Like the style is so much like, you know, the style is a lot different. I mean, also because of Night Margin, you know, improving as a person. But that's also like, look at these two characters. Like this one is very lengthy, very thin, while this one is more of the chibi style and everything, and has the hair a lot different. Well, a lot different. It's still black and messy. These people are all connected. Mata Ori. But it's so weird. It's so weird seeing... Oh yeah, Omori in the comic talked, even though he doesn't in the game. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Oh god, where is it? Here it is. I need to zoom in. Hang on, I should probably just link this one. You know what? I'll post this in the Discord. I'll put this in general because it's a big image. But yeah, like it's so different. It's so cool to just see that was the old personality of Omori before he was even conceptualized, like in the game. It's like a web of RPG. Well, not Kiki, not Kiki. Who the fuck that guy is? The guy who made the guy who made Yume Nikki. I think he's probably dead. I think everyone just assumes he's dead now because we don't know anything about him. So it's really just fan fiction. But that's the only one I accept because it's definitely not true and doesn't exist. La, 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 la. Because it no longer exists because the game changed everything. guy is probably dead. Yeah, but that's Night Margin for you. And man, I love Night Margin. Okay, have any of you seen Temmie streaming? Like, I've seen a few here and there. It's been cute. Ding Dong ditch and release Yume Nikki to the masses. Yeah, that ain't wrong. Yeah. Alright, let's get an opposite color here. I could probably change it a little bit more blue. Wait, I just realized I had this song playing instead of Night. Or hyperventilation the stream. Listen, Tem cute. But also Night Margin also streams, and she has played Omori, but I need to go back and actually see how it is. Like, how did she react to stuff? Because I would love that. Another weird thing about Night Margin is seeing her tweet like if she did like one shot now, here's like how Nico would look like, and man, it is so much better looking. He kind of looks like Mad though because of the hair blocking his eyes. But it's so cool to think about, like, man, what if Nico looked like that instead in the game? Like, more of a better updated look. I don't think they're gonna remaster the game for the third time, but it's definitely something nice to think about, you know? Play Corpse Party Chapter 1 theme music. I'm scared. This music is scarier though, so we're keeping it. I'll listen it to in my own time, Renzi. La 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 la. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that I want to listen to my music right now because it's my stream. I get to choose the music I can listen to right now. I need to lower the opacity of this a little. There you go. That looks a little bit more dynamic. And the last one is just coloring the nipples, so we're not going to do that. But there's a coloring right there. That is very nice coloring. Holy crap. I mean, it still sucks because it's me. It still sucks, but at least it looks a lot better. Let's shrink this down. Put them in here. Probably will be too small again, so I'll probably have to increase the size of it all over again. La, 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 la. Why did that happen? La, 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 la. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum. Pig step? Oh yeah, I remember that, but no. You know what? Hang on, let me get you guys a better song. It's Fubuki singing Scatman. But okay, maybe not that song. Imagine this got the MCA. Okay, fine. Let's pick up better music then. Okay, maybe not. And then Podium cried for the 5th time this week. Anime girl sings Scatman. What do I have here? What do I have here? What do I have here? Picora BGM. Let's see here. Has to be something. Also, oh yeah, I also have just Splatoon music in here. Only 2 of them for some reason. That music is so much more meaning now that I notice it's piano only. The crying only grew stronger. I don't think the crying will ever stop for that game, but hey. I wonder. I could probably send this to Chair and tell him like this was what people thought Omori was back when it was a comic. What's really strange is that you saw the picture. It was paired with other RPG Maker characters. So yeah, it was all being planned to be part of an RPG game, but it just took 6 years. I think that was around the time where they originally thought it was going to be released, or like when it was announced or something. How do I keep thinking of shoulders? I need to draw bodies. But it's not that they talk to each other, probably. It could have just been like Night Margin excited for Omori. I mean, it could also be very well that maybe they weren't, they did talk a lot, but it also could have just been that they were just friends, or maybe she was excited for a project they were doing, It doesn't always have to be that they're always connected. I mean, it is fun when it is, but it's not always, It's not always the case. It's not always the case. Like Toby Fox made a track for Omori, but that was like just a track. Doesn't mean that like it were fast friends. It was like, hey, it's like, okay, you know what? It's like Sir Pello in Friday Night Funkin'. It's like, it was just like, oh, I like your work. I'm gonna do something for this work because he asked, and it would be cool to see them do this. Let's just do this. Maybe they're not like, besties or anything, but they just contact each other, They talk to each other constantly. Keep dreaming, man. Keep dreaming. That's all I can say. Keep on dreaming and watch your dreams fall apart one by one until they fall down the stairs. Anyway, after shattering Podium's hopes and dreams like that for the 5th time this week and also making him cry again, yeah, Friday Night Funkin'. I remember seeing that when it was starting to get popular, being like, what the hell is this? What makes it so special? So I eventually went ahead and took a look at it, and I was like, all right, yeah, I see why it's special. Literally no reason at all, but it looks cool enough and it's meant for the casual scene. So I'm into it. It would be nice. Just, nothing as big. It's just, it seems to be more of a community effort making it become popular. Because it's like, I'm going to put my characters in the game as a mod. Are you going to put your characters in the game? Are you going to put this character in the game? And, all that kind of stuff. The music being so good, the characters being interpreted by how they are as the gameplay. It's all pretty cool. It's popular because of the model scene. Yeah, that's that. I guess you can say the same thing. I guess you can say the same thing back when it's I'm absolutely going mental. Why? Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, Ren's just DM'd me this. I wasn't trying to draw that. My god, I'm absolutely funny. Oh my god. I was just drawing the female anatomy. Among Us is everywhere. My fucking god. Oh my god. I think I'm tired of that joke to the point where post that on memes. I think I'm tired of that joke to the point where it's starting to become funny. Because at first I wasn't like really having much fun with it because it was just like, oh, you know, I get it. You're just complaining that Among Us is everywhere and that's it. But I think now it's the irony that people just can't take it anymore and they see it everywhere. Because at first it was like, I get it, you're criticizing a thing that's popular, very funny. But now it's more like, why do people keep thinking it's everywhere? It's ironic humor now to me. So it's funny now. I now gained humor. What do I win? Probably death. That's acceptable. I'm fair with that trade. Yeah, it's just this bone is too. There's a bone here, but it's too. Also, that tummy I shaded, I sent it to. The reason I zoomed into it is because I sent it to Chair, and I told him like, look, I drew tummy, and he's probably gonna freak out about it. But I didn't include the boobs, so he wouldn't be scared of it. So yeah. Also, I don't know why I drew the line there, because I'm freaking perverted. Anyway, let's get this done. This is a nice looking body. And then we'll draw the head. Oh god, I think I drew the body a little too big. Is Chair boobophobic? Because he's like a ciscon. He likes sisters. He wants a little sister, but he likes little girls. That sounds terrible. I didn't mean to sound it like that. Chair just doesn't like big boobs and prefers flat. So, yeah. Okay, hold on, Cody. I didn't mean to say it like that. I meant that he likes flat girls, not that. Cody, no context. I should stop talking from now on for the rest of time. Oh my god. Please don't send him that. Please don't tell him I said that. Because it was an accident. Oh my god, he's gonna hate me. He is absolutely gonna hate me. One of these days, Chair is gonna absolutely hate me. I forced him to play a game. I forced him to play a game. I sent in a business email to be invited to the server. I mean, he's gonna hate me. That's just how it's gonna happen. Banned from Lame Dimension. You can still clip it. It's still in the VODs. I wish you didn't. But if you're gonna do it, you can still do it. I might as well help you. Because I can't stop determination. Look at Sans. I think I drew this so much of a baby face instead of an adult face, but whatever. Actually, no, this works well. I think the head's too big, but we can just... Okay, I don't know, but with just the face, I can see this being like a short-haired girl with a cut like this. Like, see, like a cut like this just feels perfect for this girl. I don't know why. Just with that face and a cut like this, maybe not this even as well. Let me do that without deleting the eyes. It's like just a straight, maybe like a blind break here and there and stuff. But like, it's just that. Like, you can see a character with that face with this hairstyle, right? I'm not crazy for thinking that, right? Cody talks about Cher. Oh no. someone's gonna DM him that, and I'm gonna be very, very, very. He's gonna be mad at me. Oh, you know what? A game that that's so under talked about that even I don't talk about as much. Book Fables. Like, I know I'm Let's Playing and everything, but even just talking about like how much I love it, I really don't talk about it much. Maybe it's this Paper Mario syndrome where it's like because it's based off a really popular game, it's like I think I already believe it's already normal or something like that. I don't know. Give us spoilers of next epic episodes of Book Fables, Cody. You want me you want me to be honest? I forgot where we are in the story. We're in about to go into the sand castle dungeon, right? I think that's where we're going to next. I forgot the boss there though too. I know I promised I was gonna do that, and I really want to do it someday, but it's someday it'll happen. I can't tell when, you know, because it was meant just have a hobby. It's just also a reminder for you, Podium, is that it's just art. Okay, you know what? I don't want to say that like, okay, like tomorrow will be an episode release or anything like that, but I will say that it won't take years for me to finish it, okay? It won't take as long as Proton John Superman 64. I will finish the series, at least, because it is a good game. There's just a lot of content. The one thing that even Sugar Connor pointed out that I didn't remember, because I played it with Paul and he, like, we didn't do side quests until the very end, is how the side quests, they give you side quests when you're not allowed to do them yet, when you don't have the right item for it. And it's really annoying because you can, if you remember the latest episodes, I was like, let's do this side quest before we go, and then I realized, wait, we can't actually do that because we're not in the chapter to do that for some reason. Why did they give us the option to accept the side quest when we can't do it, you know? So, and that was a little bit of frustration about it. It was like, I didn't know that happened because and then later Sugar Connery also confirmed it, being like, the one thing I don't like about Bug Fables is they don't give you the quest when you're able to do them. So it is definitely kind of weird about that. I just make or I can just make a new Let's Play. I make a new Let's Play, just forget the old one like so many other YouTubers did. You remember that time where people just like they played games but they never finished them? They just like got to like number 73. Oh, we're gonna go to this dungeon. All right, see you guys then, and then like it just stops there. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think back when Tobuscus was popular, didn't he do like a Skyward Sword Let's Play and then like stopped no, I don't think it was midway, but it was like when 3/4 into the game he like stopped playing or something. I remember that he never finished it. Or maybe it wasn't even him, maybe it was someone else, I don't know. God, I miss those Minecraft videos, which was kind of odd because I don't know. It's only his videos specifically that makes me feel like that. Those old Minecraft. I don't know. It's the same game. Like I remember playing around. I mean, maybe it was the sound effects. Maybe it was how the colors looked back then and stuff. It wasn't as dark or something, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe. I fucked up here, didn't I? or something. I don't know. It was just something about it that made it feel a lot more that I can't. Even if I played the exact same version or something, it wouldn't feel quite the same or something. I don't know. It definitely has that nostalgia factor in there that I watched. It's not that I miss those days and I wish I can go back to them. I kind of don't. I really don't. It's just more of the fact of like, man, like, it's the effect of like putting on glasses to make you see, you know? It's like, you know, putting on the glasses makes everything feel different, but like it's that putting it on, you know? It's just putting it on and back and forth, seeing the change looking back, you know? It's not necessarily that having without the glasses or with the glasses makes things better, but it's just seeing the change, you know? Seeing how different it looks. I need more water. I need to take a little break. What time are we on right now? 2 hours now? Oh, okay. We'll have like another hour of drying and then, yeah. It's also really cloudy today. It might rain, but I'm okay with that because I like rain. You don't always get rain in the desert, so it's fun. Did you guys post that in Lame? No, you did not. Rens, if you want to post it on Lame, do it on your own risk because I ain't posting that there. I might show it to Chair if he hasn't seen it yet, but yeah, the clip. You're not. You clipped it, and then you're not even gonna show. You're not even gonna show it to Chair. Wow, wow. Okay. I don't send. Okay, what if I said, okay, you could send it to him, and I was just joking, but I can't exactly prove that his reactions would be nice. Or, like, be, he might get mad at me a little bit, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious how he would react. So as long as you tell me, you know what? Maybe I'll send it to him, and I'll see how he reacts. Cause it's not a bad thing. It was just a slip of the tongue. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant that he likes flat-chested more, but I said it in the worst way possible. And those are really funny to me. This song had a gif. Someone did a little animation with this, like, one of the fish enemies in the game that just keep the octolings, and it just kept stretching back and forth when it was like, ah, it was so cute. Did you just Google for random did you know facts? I have fun facts, but it progressively gets more worrying by the second. Yo guys, did you know that I'm locked up in the basement 24 hours? It just keeps getting more and more worrying. It's like, oh my god, why is she saying these things? I wonder if Chair is able to manage to make like Aya actually function on her own. Like she starts getting data on her own and starts saying like lots of weird things that just gets progressively more worrying over like more and more over time. I hope Chair does that. Aya, give us a fun fact. I have no family. Oh. Randomly generated Aya facts. Have you? You know, one of my hardest laughs about AI specifically was AI generated motivational posters. And it's so funny just seeing one of them in big text with such a beautiful picture that just says punch yourself. It's just so funny. And it's even funnier that this is context of a robot trying to emulate motivational posters, and somehow they generated punch yourself. Something that simple. Oh my god, that's humor. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but it's, I don't know. Oh, hi Deba, you're still here. Do you want to talk or something? Remember that you're pissed. Ba is always watching from the shadows. No. Dang. No one wants to talk to me because you're gay. Oh shit, I was defeated by facts and logic. Okay, but you're also gay. do you want to talk to each other while we're both nude and gay to each other? Does that feel better? Ooh, woo. Sure. Ooh. Alright, hang on. Let me send you a VC right now. He's gonna just say you're gay and disconnect the call, isn't he? Oh wait, why do I have streamer mode on? Control Z, Control Z, Control Z to Control Z.
Go to you, gay.
You're gay too. Also, I knew it. I knew you were just gonna call and then say I'm gay. And then he left. I knew it. I so called it. I actually called it. I knew it. I said it and he actually did it. The mad lad. Now we get victory music for Deba. And Aya says the victory music is for Chair anyway, so sorry Deba, you're kind of cheaped out on this one. Oh wow, I had a surge of an... Wow. That... Sorry, I just got hit with like a memory of a dream that I never thought I would remember again. Like, it's like a stage in Wipeout or something, but the Inklings were there and there was like a bottom floor and a top floor and they were like jumping around fighting. I don't know why I dreamed about that, or I never even knew I like thought of that until until just now when listening to the song. It was just like, oh yeah, I dreamt of that. What the hell was that dream? That is a weird memory to think of all of a sudden. Jesus. That's a very expected dream Cody almost wore. Why? Because I was dreaming of Splatoon? How is that worrying? The fuck? It's a specific? What do you mean it's a specific? I had more clear dreams than that. I've told you, like, the time I was in, like, the moon. The dream is very wrong? Oh. Here's a question. Would you guys, if the Squid Sisters were like, if we were in the world with, no, actually, hang on. Would you just meet the Squid Sisters in real life? Like, if they were somehow real and you were able to meet them? Like one of the concerts that shows up. God, why did Japan get all those concerts and we didn't? Haven't played Splatoon, can't relate. Oh, you probably should. It's got some good tracks. Well, at least the first one did. No, it would freak me out. The first one has good tracks. The second one, I'm iffy with the soundtrack a little bit. Some, like, I like Octo Expansion's music, and some of the music is fine, but not all of it, you know? Which is why I'm so happy. I'm so happy that Splatoon 3 is gonna go back to the rock and roll thing. Hang on, because it's just, hang on. Just going back to the guitars and everything, man. I'm excited. Back to the rock and roll stuff. Also, Deba, you horny. You're so horny, Deba. Ah, it's just so good. I'm so happy that they're going back to the whole rock and roll vibe. Good night to you all. All right, night, Pudium. Night, Pudium. Let me put Splat Sack. Actually, let's do jam session first. And Deba will never be in the Lame Dimension crew again, because he will bully. My God, I can't believe that's like a thing Chair wants you to sign. It's just a no bully like pledge from like the 3rd grade. I should probably put this in body staging. Hang on. Cody Pog new emote right there. Shut up, Pudium. Oh my God. He's not here, but I tell him to shut up anyway. He will know. He can just feel it. Alright, that's another drawing down. Let's do probably 2 more. Yeah, it's like 2 more. Na 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 I'm sorry I'm humming over it, but this song is just so good. Ah, it's just so nice. Oh man. I'm so happy. It probably won't happen, but I would love to be a part of like Splatoon competitive again. Not because like I want to like, you know, be in a competitive crowd or anything. I'm good where I am with my server and lane and friends and everything. But as I'm drawing a butt. But the thing is that like I just miss being on a team, you know? Like it's such fond memories. Just every summer waking up, playing Splatoon, talking to teammates, thinking of strats. It was just such a unique time. I mention it all the time, but I still go back and thinking about it, being like, if one could wish, what if I didn't leave because of school and stayed with the team instead, like I should have, you know? Oh well. After this, what am I gonna do? Probably eat for one, but then also try to get some. What's it called? Draw Cheetos. At least like see like what he wants and like the pose he wants, and then what's it called? Draw some sprites and then just hang out with someone. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to like the first song I was playing. There we go. Man, you know what? It's gonna be weird after this point. It's gonna be so weird just knowing that like after this stream ends, it's like now I have to go back and decide things. It's weird to think that I've been doing this for quite a while now. Even if there's nothing that really got out of it, it's weird that like I've gotten so good at it, you know? After being kinda nothing for like the longest time, you know? The fact that like I have my old sketchbook still. I can still see my old art and look back and be like, wow, I drew that. And now then I look here and then it's like, wow, I also drew this. You know? But I can't avoid like the bad parts of that. So, like in the beginning of the stream I talked about a lot of like fears and stuff that's been going on and things that have been happening the last week. But now I can't avoid it, you know? That's the hard part about all this, is that my actions, it's not that like I need to save someone or it's like I need to choose by deciding stuff. It's more of like I have to just live through it. Like, you can ignore problems. It's not necessarily the best way to go about things, but even just trying to ignore problems puts you in this feeling of guilt and stuff, you know? Making an option that you don't think is completely correct might also put you in that form of guilt and stuff. And it's like, it's weird how I can't just, you know, you can't ignore it. You have to do something, do nothing. You just have to live through it, and you know, no matter what. If you choose to do something, you still have to live through it. If you choose to do nothing, you still have to live through with it, you know? I could say like, oh man, if this thing didn't happen, then I don't have to deal with this problem. But then that would mean everything that I've done to draw and then make art and meet people wouldn't have happened, you know? It's definitely weird to think about. Also, that makes the boobs too big, but I'm gonna make it smaller like that. There we go. I think the body needs to be more thin, actually. I think that's a little too much, because she's kind of sideways looking. And she goes like this, and then, you know, she has her pose like this, and the leg is like this. Oh man. Oh, that song's gonna be sleepy. Oh, the song's gonna be sleepy. That's not a good thing. That's really not a good thing. Oops, says not zoom in. That is not my arm. I love that line from ASDF. Yeah, I'm yawning too much now. You know what's another thing I miss a lot from back then? It's Flipnote Hentenna. I think that's how you pronounce it. Flipnote, basically, in general, with the DS. I think that's the ultimate community you don't ever know about until you're in it, you know? no one was really talking about Flipnote at the time because, you know, it's a DS. There's games to play. Why bother making animations like that's like 10 seconds long for the system that can play like Super Mario 64 DS, you know, that kind of stuff. And it's like very, very few people gave it a try, but the people who do, it's like, oh man, this is like YouTube but filled with drawings of people. And there's no search filters, there's no anything. It's just recent and popular. That's it. There's no filters, no categories, no there's no recommended, there's no, algorithms or anything. It's just popular and recent. And to have this whole, hidden community of animators that really are not even doing it for the money because they're just doing it because they want to, maybe to get fame in that platform or anything. Like, I mean, I know that some people afterwards left when the thing shut down, left and still made animations outside of Flipnote. But I imagine, what about people who only had Flipnotes and didn't have anything else? What did they do? Did they keep animating as another name? Are they still animating? Where are they? It's that question, where are they? Where are they? All those people that sent in, even if it was just reuse, ASDF and stuff, sometimes were just really interesting to do. And then the other times for me, it's how the hell did they get this audio from, oh man. There's one animation that I had for a very long run. I think it's gone now. And I don't even know if it had the music. It probably had the music in the credits or something, but basically it was just piano music, and it had a Mario as a baby, and it grows up over time, and it had every frame it had some detail of something happening, and it was really cute and adorable. But I don't know, I've forgotten where the music came from because it's been deleted. It's either been deleted or I deleted it by an old channel. I don't remember the song anymore, what it was called, and I can't see the animation anymore because I sold that DS. Also, that is a terrible face. I should have seen that coming from a mile away. Well, I mean, it doesn't look that bad. She is looking backwards. I miss Flipnote. I remember when it was announced. Cherno123 artist be posting again, and it looks beautiful. We might post in Twitter and eventually in a sec. No, we still have one. See, I still have the DSi, but we sold the DS Lites because we were gonna get a DSi instead, because that was the new one. So we sold 2 of the DS Lites, and then we got a DSi instead. So we have the DSi, and then we have a 2DS, and that's what we have still now. Yeah. So this is kind of a weird story, but back all the way back when we had the DS Lite and we were about to sell them, I used the DS to look up Rule 34, and I had it bookmarked in those pages. It was really, really interesting times. Those were hard times. Those were. So So I had all those bookmarked there on the pages in the internet browser in the DS. Or maybe it wasn't the DS Lite, maybe it was the DSi. I don't remember. It was in a DS system. I just remember that, and we were selling it to someone. And before it was, you know, sold and everything, what I did was I remember just going into my room, like the people were there to get it, and I was like, oh, go get this. It's like, okay, let me go through something first. So I went into my DS and started deleting every single bookmark of Rule 34 I had in the system before I gave it away, because that would have been very, very odd to have. Trying times those were, I remember. Trying times. It was still very funny, though, to think about. Actually, no. I'm going to put you down here because I'm going to extend this. Because it's definitely not going to fit all at once. Alright, we'll do one more pose and then we'll call it a night there. The thing that sucks about losing the 2DS we used to have is that I realized after I went looking for it that when the 2DS was lost, it had the Animal Crossing cartridge in it as well. So not only did I lose, you know, just a 2DS, I also lost Animal Crossing in my entire save. So that right there is a big, like, God, fuck, are you kidding me moment, you know? And it really sucked to realize it's like, oh no, it was there, you know. But it's also a thing that's like, it happens. You know, I have New Horizons, and you know that's been fun and everything. But it just sucks to lose Animal Crossing. The one game, you know, could have been another DS game and everything. You know, it had to be that one. Actually, I lost a lot of DS games in the process of that because my brother would constantly trade games with his school. So I started looking like, hey, do we have Mario 64 DS? And he's like, oh no, I traded. And I was like, why would you trade that one? I know the idea of it, but it's just like, why? You know? Why would you do that? We could just buy, you know, the other games you want. You don't have to trade it. You know, he was very high of himself. But it's fine, whatever. It's just all in the past now. I can I can play Super Mario 64 DS anytime I want now. I bought Kid Icarus in like a swap meet. I bought WarioWare Gold on store. Physical, of course. And what else? What else? I can't think of anything more, honestly. Again, for these art streams, sorry I don't stream for as long as, you know, other people kind of do, but there's not really much activity, and plus, it's just kind of like, you know, warm up and practice every single day. Really nothing much, just other than just talk about stuff. So maybe someday it would be nice to stream for more time, but for now, it's just more of a, sure, I'll just stream for 3 hours. That's the most I can. I remember struggling for only 2 hours before. Jesus. Those were times. I didn't save those times though. Man, I don't remember the first stream we did. What was the first stream we did? It was Terraria. One of the first things were Terraria, because it was in the old shitty PC. I think like it barely happened too because like it was very laggy and everything, but it got to work and anyway. Probably should do more color next time. She's in a swimsuit, so might as well draw some indicators that she is. Alright, I think I'm gonna have that be for a study 4 now. Lots of progress. Let's put them all up. Put you in the corner right here. I should probably just crop it and then beep. That is not what I wanted to do completely, but sure, we'll make it increase even more a little bit here. Yeah, that's fair. I like how the last two are kind of angry and the top two are just mute. Oh man. False true. The girl of your dreams is Darkfall from SF5 Smash 4, Large Decoria versus Darkfall. That is a good way. Oh wow, Renzi, you actually got racing. Oh my god, you actually got racing. Send that to Paul. Hang on, I need to show that to Paul. I need to show that to Paul that he actually got racing. That's amazing. Holy crap. That is a damn good. I was here. I was here for the momentous moment. That's cool. Oh man. Alright, let's go to ending time. Preparing final thoughts and raids. Oh man. Alright, well. That was an interesting stream. Let me post this to other people. And show them progress. Oh man, that is, you are so lucky that happened. Jesus, so lucky that has happened. Do those. I knew, of course. Raisin and I are destined to be together. Let me put this in. I know that one person is gonna come here and gonna tell me work on anatomy. I'm like, I am, bitch. What if I do it? I doubt Paris is gonna be in here. Oh, Ritsu from K-On! That's a nice choice. She is pretty cute. Alright, well, with that being said, here's the big question that we all ask ourselves before we go to sleep. Who do we raid tonight? On stream for me is VGM's doing Persona 5. We did that last time though. Lily Dust is just chatting. Zero's doing Amori. Voxandia is doing New Testament. Leaflet is doing just chatting. So honestly, it's up in the air. Literally no one is doing art. Does anyone else have an idea of who to raid that I'm not following yet? Because otherwise, I guess we can do Leaflet. Leaflet is pretty well known in around like the community, a big VTuber and everything. In Lame and stuff too as well here and there. So I'm gonna go with Leaflet unless anyone else has another streamer they want to raid instead. I'm guessing no one has anything, so I'm gonna go and raid Leaflet. Alright, next time on stream will be more art, probably, or just a break day. See you guys in the next stream tomorrow. I don't know. If yes, then we'll do another art stream. Or I could just take the day off and just try to be on my own. So yeah, I'll see you guys then.
Really good show. It kind of shows like fundamentals of what it takes and how everything kind of stacks on top of each other to actually make something.
No, it doesn't raid because
I like it.
it's only like 3 members.